Hey, Crawlspacers, welcome to another Spider Collector episode. I have been after this man for a few years to talk to him. He finally said yes. Welcome, Cy. What's going on, man? What's going on? How are you, buddy?
I'm fine.
You got okay.
No,
You
I
made
just
me think the
talk,
audio's bad.
talk, and then I just like clam up. No,
Yeah, don't claim up.
no, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking me on that. And I'm sorry it took me so long. I've been hesitant, but
It's great, man.
through it.
And we were talking before the show started. You and I have been talking off and on for nearly 20 plus years since I started my website in '98.
Right. Oh God. Yeah. No. It's been a while. Right.
And we're both teachers. We find it funny that our students are younger than our websites.
Yeah. It's like I saw your website when I was a kid. Oh my God.
I bet you didn't watch it on dial-up, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like when I invite people over, it's like, welcome to the world's biggest chick magnet.
Yeah. There you go.
The door's shut.
What's some reactions you get from people with having one of I say the world's biggest collection? What do you get from people when they see
Well,
this?
it's like the meter reader guy that comes over, right? And
Yeah.
he's new meat. He hasn't seen anything. He doesn't know anything about this place. It's just an ordinary house. If you walk into my house, it looks ordinary, right? First floor, nothing Spider-Man at all.
Right.
So he walks down the steps of the basement. The lights are off. And I says, oh, you need the lights. He goes, yeah. I flip on the lights and everywhere is just Spider-Man. You know? And I said, at least it's not pictures and Polaroids of women tied up. You know,
That would be creepy. That would be creepy.
Right. It's creepy not being a Spider-Man, but I love it.
So your origin story, and I have a picture. So let's take a picture of a really young you.
Okay.
And here is the picture of you. Talk about what year? 1966. Is that it?
Yeah, the Christmas of '66. My parents got me a Captain Action and a Batman costume to go with it.
Yeah.
Besides the Gumby that you see there and the kitten book, which my friend sent me later, years later, through the mail. And yeah, right. He's like you said, the grassy knoll. It's like he's looking at this like what else did he get? My parents spoiled me rotten because my sister and my brother were 15 years older than I was. Right. So my brother was at that time living in Haight-Ashbury in California, being a hippie. My sister was a nurse, and she was off marrying the doctor that year. So I was the baby of the family. So it's like they showered me. I lived in a small town. We had like a little pharmacy, a hardware store, a little diner. It's just one half a strip, place. So it was the '60s. I used to walk by the mailbox, and as a child, I would be like, "Wow, there's this silhouette of this dude on the side, and it says Pow Mia. What does that mean? POWMIA, right?" Yeah. As a kid, I lived to Leave It to Beaver life. I wasn't aware of the Vietnam War or any of that until much later, maybe. When I got 8 or 9, I started realizing things were going on.
So you said your first exposure to Spider-Man was the comic. Is that right?
Yes. My aunt and uncle, since they could not have children, they would also come over and visit and basically shower me with some gifts every time they came. So I was really pleased to see them. They were nice people, though. They were really good souls. And part of that first, they brought a comic book over in '65, and it was like, I think, the Challengers of the Unknown, big sponge dude. But then they came over later, and they brought me my first Spider-Man comic, which was Spider-Man number 40.
Romita's second issue after replacement.
Right. Yeah. No, I had my brother read it to me, and I was like, what? His secret identity is exposed already?
What? And you're in 1966. Spider-Man is on Saturday morning on ABC at that point?
Not yet. Not until '67. Then that's what really fired everything up for me. And at the time, I enjoyed the cartoon and everything, but it wasn't until the 3rd season where they had the origin episode that I really went gangbusters after it. Because once I understood how it happened and what it was, and the greater, with great power comes great responsibility, and the guilt trip that was laid on Peter, it made sense. And it was such a wonderful story because I had already enjoyed at that time. My brother would, watch Twilight Zone with me and everything. So it felt sort of like that to me at the time.
You're in your room here. Is it just bring you joy to walk in? I mean, we see
Uh,
something new every time, I imagine.
yeah, it's things come and go. I change things around. It's something to do in my off time if I'm truly bored. And lately, I haven't been in here for like 4 or 5 months, so
Right.
it's been a while just because I've been so busy. But it's true relaxation. It gets my mind off of things. It's something totally different than what I do as a living, teaching music and then playing out in bands and playing piano in restaurants and things like that. Sometimes I get the music overload. Um, and there's no music in this room at all. There could be. I mean, I've done some versions of the Spider-Man theme
Right.
and different things like that. But
So you've given me some pictures of the collection. So we're going to go through them. We're going to just kind of talk a little bit about what we see. Let's start with the room.
okay,
First off, and here is what's behind you. I see right now,
yep,
and what brings my attention right off the top is this. It's pre-spinner racks, isn't it?
yes, yes, very much so.
Got Spider-Man and Hulk here. This is what they used to
I
stock in the gas stations or the drugstores.
Right. I believe that it has the date on the back of it is 1965. So that's quite old. It's either 65 or 66. I can't remember. I don't want to pull it out.
Well, yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it looks like everything. If I pull one thing out, the whole thing comes
Oh, it's
back together.
dominoes, man. And
Yeah.
here's that Captain Action you were talking about that you got,
Yep. Yep.
or that started
He's
the
the
whole
original
addiction,
hero.
if you will, the
He's
spider
the
addiction we both
hero.
have.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Anything else that comes out that you want to talk about that's rare that you
Oh yeah, well, there's the Captain Action costume, which I got the year afterwards.
right there?
And you can always tell if it's a real Captain Action instead of a repro by the little plastic piece that the ring is in, and the buildings illustration on the upper right corner. The lines are really thin. The web
Okay.
on the left where the spider is will be really thin instead of thick. Most repros don't have the black border on the window. And there's always the telltale sign is there's a white spot in his elbow.
In his elbow.
Yeah,
Okay.
the illustration, yeah, just sort of more towards the left on the Ditko
Yep.
illustration. That,
Okay.
the
So
running.
how do you find your stuff over the years? Is it eBay or shows, or how do you get this?
Well,
Is
that's
that a
a
trade secret?
yeah, no. It sort of started in the very early '80s. Well, I
Okay.
actually started in the late '70s because I used to go to the mall. And one year they had what I saw was my first comic book shop. It was in a mall at Southwick called Old Town. And I could not believe it. I mean, I'd always looked in the back of comics. You can get back issues. As a matter of fact, that's another story. I'll just sidestep for a second. In 1972, I bugged my parents. I had found like Robert Bell or something. He was advertiser, Howard Rogoski, or one of those guys. And he sent me a list about how much things were, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted Amazing Spider-Man #1. And I told my mom and dad for Christmas, this is what I want, Amazing Spider-Man #1.
There it is.
At the time, well, that's the golden record one. The one
Oh,
on
okay.
the wall up way at the ceiling, that's the
Oh,
real
this is the one you got. Okay.
right. Yeah, the Amazing Fantasy and the #1.
Yeah.
But at the time in 1972, mint condition, $18.
Whoa.
But keep in mind inflation, right? Keep in mind inflation because
Absolutely.
$150. I checked it out today. I think it's around $153.
Right.
So yeah,
Still,
and I didn't ask for Amazing Fantasy because at that time I sort of wasn't really aware of that there was the earlier story. I was more focused on I need #1
right. Yeah.
sequential thing.
And what is this Secret Wars thing? Is this where they above the toys in the
Oh yeah,
shop?
that's
Okay.
a store display from 1984. You don't see
I
many.
might have.
stores.
Yeah. Here's another look at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. I don't even think I saw that in the toy shop.
and there's also a shelf display below the castle that is a Secret Wars that actually has lenticulars on the shelf display.
On the shelf. Oh, this thing. Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you'll see a better picture of it. Yeah, I've got an individual picture of it in my 1984 or
I
85, something
might
like
have it
that.
in one of these.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got 1,000 pictures, folks. So we'll see it eventually. Here, well, I don't want to go too fast, but let me. So that's nice. Are you sitting on this chair, by the way, as you talk?
No, I'm not sitting on Spider-Man's face.
Okay, please don't.
Let's
You
not
don't
go
want to
there.
insult who the show's
Yeah,
about.
no, that seat is from Marvel Mania restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
somebody was getting rid of that, and it was like, no, 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 you don't.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I paid a pretty penny for it, but
Oh,
I
man.
don't recall how much. But it was.
All right, let's look at this shelf. I remember the ads you can send off for these guys, these little plastic.
Yeah, that's Carver where I lived, they had a big bin of those things, and it was right at the front door as you walked in, and it was amazing. They were just so colorful. Now those actually are the second release. Those were released in '74.
Okay.
The original set you'll see on one of those shelves is light gray. The light gray, and you can tell the year because the light gray, when you look at a light gray one, they're so pristine and they're so sharp. Like all the later ones have little ridges and stuff where the mold was put together, and especially the bootlegs, because there's bootlegs now.
I see something on a shelf that I've thought about buying, and no one back in the day thought of saving popsicles from what is that, from the 70s?
Yeah,
Spider-Man popsicles.
Yeah, 74. I got that. That's original. I had that. That's from 1974. We had just moved out of our hometown and moved somewhere else, and
by talking to Bruce, I think this is the rare Spider-Man Ditko shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how tiny that is.
Is that an extra small or what?
That is, I can do
Oh, you got it over there?
I got it over.
I'll full screen you.
You don't want to see me wearing it.
No, I just want you to hold it up.
Yeah, it's aged badly, but
oh man, there's a whole market these days for old T-shirts,
right?
Like even the '90s stuff. Yeah,
but you got to make sure it's legit,
right?
It's got to have.
How can you tell it's legit? I would not know what to look for on a T-shirt.
It's Allison, I believe, is the tag on these things.
Okay.
Yeah, the original. I don't even know if I can hold this up here.
I got you full screen so we can see it. So that's how you tell if it's a real legit shirt.
It's a legit if it's an Allison.
Okay. Well, there
Buy
you
nothing
go.
else.
And that you had to order back in the back of comics. They had the ad for it, I remember.
Yeah.
Comics,
yeah. Originally with a Ditko ad, I think it was. They had a picture of Peter Parker with his like round rims, almost.
We have a couple comments. The web slinger from Pennsylvania says, "All my popsicles melted." Bruce is in the house. What's up, Bruce? Marks was
Bruce
putting the 1967 copyright on the bottom of those plastic figures for years.
Yep, absolutely.
John says you and I should do a weekly show. Hey, John, don't get greedy. It took me years to get him on here. We're not going to.
No, John and I have to jam. John's a trumpet player.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. No, we need to make some new background music, update it a little bit.
Ideal puppet in the header corner is what Bruce wants to talk about. Let's see.
Ideal header card. Yeah.
There it is. The hand puppet. What's the story of that thing?
The story of that thing is I spent many years looking for that and traded some original art for that.
Oh.
So, yeah, that did not come my way easily. So
imagine. We have Mark Ditko in the house watching. Do you have anything with Steve Ditko's signature? Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I do.
Can you find the needle in the haystack, right?
Yeah, 300 bins we're going to look through.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it pains me because I have looked for it before, and it's upsetting. Stan's signature is easy to find because when I worked on and gave them their photographs for the Spider-Man, the Icon book, Stan signed the front of the book for me, and it was unnumbered, of course, and a nice little note from Stan. So it was great. That was awesome. I wish I want to put the Steve with it. I want to get I got a John Romita drawing and everything with his signature on it. And
Bruce is drooling over the Mark's toys here.
The tin friction cars?
Yeah. Or I think that's what Bruce is talking about. Or is it this?
Or the Mark's.
All that Mark stuff is really rare in it. It was like mid-60s toys. Right?
Yeah, and I think it's the first time the Avengers appeared on a toy.
Oh, awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
So cool. That's so cool. And I guess this Spidey up here is part of it, isn't it? Right there.
Yeah, the box below it. Yep. That's the tin tricycle. That's from 60. 68 or 60. I think it's 68. It could be 67.
Yeah.
But the vending card is really hard to come by too. The superheroes vending over there by the train. That's the 10-cent gumball thing. That's awesome.
Oh, this thing right here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the last one in Hakes that I saw went for it. I think it was either $4 or $5 grand.
Woo!
That was like a long time ago, so I'm not sure what it would do now.
Wow.
And then there's the 3 different sparkle paints. Say that 10 times really fast.
3 different sparkle paints. Where is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. The big thing that says sparkle, Brad. Duh.
Pink and sparkle. Yeah, no, they had 3 different. The deluxe set had the Silver Surfer on the front of it.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
And the difference between the other 2 is the Daredevil and the Thor are different on the front of the box.
Nice.
So one's from 66 and the other one, the one with better illustrations on it, from 67. So they decided to. And that, I believe, was Kenner. And Kenner, I'm not sure, but I know Ohio Arts was in Ohio from where I'm from.
And here, I'm going to start going through these pictures. Let's keep looking. Anything? Yeah. This is when Secret Wars ended. Didn't they go to Mexico with the toys?
Brazil,
not Mexico.
Brazil, yeah. That was Gulliver. Was the company.
Gulliver? That's right.
Yeah. And then they did.
It looks like He-Man's Castle Grayskull, only Spider Skull or whatever it is. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, the box is even cooler, and I know it's in a bin, and I can't find it. Tried to find it, but I separated them. But and the rifle too is the first time a black costume appears on a toy at all.
Oh, very nice. Very
nice. So that and that is a production sample. I don't know exactly what that means. I have a sneaky suspicion it might even be a prototype, but they didn't know what to call it back then.
What the rifle is?
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen another one.
No, I've never seen one. I really haven't.
Yeah, and I
even had trouble at my store getting a hobgoblin. I still don't have a hobgoblin. I never could find one.
I've got an extra one if you want it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, why not? Right.
I legit still have my childhood Secret Wars on my desk.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And my black suited one.
Oh, you got to have that.
But then let's see. What do we got? We got the Spidey Trike.
Right.
Shrinky Dinks. Those are so cool.
Yeah.
And what else stands out at you? Oh, the Pogo. Remember the Pogo?
Yeah, the Spider-Man head on a stick. A lot of them did that.
Goblin loves that.
Yeah. And the Spider-Man Hulk and what is it? They call it intertalkie. Yeah, intertalkie. It's like an intercom. It's a walkie-talkie. We don't know who we're marketing it to, so we'll just, you know.
The Spider-Man not web shooter. He's beating up Doc Ock with a web shooter. I mean, a water shooter.
Knocked his glasses off. Poor Ock, man. He's always
Ock.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
The wax candle.
Oh, it's a candle. Okay.
Yeah, I think Bruce has one of those too, if I'm not mistaken.
I've not seen one of those. That's funky.
Yeah.
Telepocket Max. What does that do?
That is sort of like your what do they call it? It's a movie projector, but you look into it and you rewind it and stuff and fast forward and backwards. And I'm not sure it had sound because I've never had it open. But then I also got a store display for all the cassettes.
I had this coloring book back in the day. I remember that.
You know what? Marvel contacted me and had me scan that whole book.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because they did not have it. And they couldn't find it on eBay. So they said, heck, I must have it. So
there's Spidey on a stick. What is this big thing here?
That is, I guess, from what I was told. Now, I can't verify this, but 2 stores in each state got one of these things, and it was a Toys R Us thing. It was a store display that they put above the Toy Biz stuff.
Oh, nice.
And it was I think it's 1994 is the date on the back of it.
Okay. There is frisbees with the record, the rock comic.
Yeah,
Meta image, which was a lot of stuff.
Rock comic. Somebody took some liberties with that.
Yeah. Why would you change John Romita's art? I mean, to that.
Maybe it's a licensing thing that AHE or Azrak Hamray International. That's actually full name of AHE. but maybe it's a deal that they had that they couldn't use any artwork from the books or just
That's
didn't want to. I know this is your favorite one here, right?
oh, the Hulk and anytime you got Hulk and Spider-Man, because that's when I was born in 75 and that was the perfect time for those two. Everything Marvel related had Hulk and Spider-Man out when I was a kid.
Yeah, see,
I've never seen that before. This doctor set.
yeah, and you don't want to see Hulk with a rubber glove ever.
Hulk check prostate. Yeah, you don't want to ever hear that.
Yeah, no thanks, man.
No,
The size of a Hulk finger is like, I'm sorry, it's probably like a.
I'm real good.
Never mind.
What's
We're
the
not
story
going-
of this thing? How'd you find it? And I've never seen one.
Uh, that's one of my. Okay, so I was in a band in the 80s, and during the day, we didn't have to play till 9 o'clock in the night, whether it was a restaurant or a lounge or whatever, and we're on the road. I'm bored to death. I've gone and seen a movie by myself. So comic book shops are starting to spring up everywhere.
Right.
Okay. I walk in, bingo, there it is. And I'm like, what in the, this is cool.
In what kind of store? What is it?
It was just a comic book store. I would walk
comic
into,
store.
like, I think it was Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
And I was bored during the day. I was either hang out at the hotel all day until I have to play, or let's drive around and check out the city, And I saw the comic book shop and I said, let's stop in. And I think I picked up an EC comic book that day too. Quite cheap at the time too, because
You've also got the overseas Electro that was released.
Yep.
And you have Iceman too. Oh, I don't see it up there.
He's probably in a bin.
They released Constrictor. And I don't know if you know it, we're going to interview Tom DeFalco and Pat Olaf next month.
Really?
They're including Electro, what is it? Hobgoblin, Daredevil, all the action figures are going to be in the miniseries. He's going to explain how they're in there. It's like a long lost tale, which is just
that's interesting. That's going to be cool. Sort of like an Untold Tales kind of thing.
Untold Tale of Secret Wars. It takes place between panels 7 and 8 of issue 12 or whatever. I don't know.
Or in a branch of the multiverse, right?
Oh, anything.
A local thing.
Yeah. You've got this giant Ditko. Bruce has this too. He's shown this to me before. This one's pretty rare.
Yeah, now that's how I put my posters on the wall. I have
magnets,
super magnets. Yeah, and I stick the magnet to the wall. That way, I can change them out if I need to.
Where'd you find this thing? Did you mail off for it back in the day, or?
Oh, it's original. It's original.
Yeah.
So the other one is not original. If you pan, I don't know if I have one picture of the other one, but the other one is a repro.
Okay, got it.
It's a different color.
We might see it later.
Yeah. If the original ones are light blue, and then the other repro ones are purple.
By interviewing all these collectors, this is the first Spider-Man merchandise. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's a lot of the stuff that I've put in books. That when you see that in a book like the Marvel Silver Age collectibles or the Spider-Man the Icon, when you see the picture of that in those books, that's a picture of my.
And is this the original box that he was in? I guess.
Yep, that's 1963 altogether.
63. So he was only around for 1 year before he had merchandise. That's so funny.
Well, actually,
not even a year.
Halloween costume that goes back to the 50s.
Right. Yeah.
That I have that is the same kind of ordeal, but it's
there's debate if Ditko was. Yeah, there's debate if Ditko was inspired.
So I think it's spiders and bats are a Halloween thing. And it was just so happened that it sounded like a cool idea. Yeah.
I was so happy when I went to my grandma's house and I found it's over my shoulder. I kept my Spider-Man costume over my shoulder from the.
Wow.
I still got it. I hang it up on my wall back there. So it doesn't look much like a Spider-Man suit with the yellow on the side, but that is just ingrained.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No.
What is this rock comic thing down here? Is that a press release?
Yeah, that's like a. It had all kinds of press releases in there, photographs, and the thing about that is the guy that was at the head of Buddha Records, Neil Bogart, who is the founder of Casablanca Records. Actually, he's the one that was was like a big bubblegum guy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in the tummy and all that. Sugar Archies, right? It founded Buddha Records, and he is the one that signed Kiss.
Oh, wow. That's pretty. And speaking of marketing, their toys and stuff is everywhere over there.
Right. So that's the Rock Comics connection to Kiss. So,
that's fun.
And actually on the Rock comic, the guy that plays saxophone,
right?
David Sanborn.
No, that's so cool. That's so cool.
And Odo from Deep Space Nine is the voice from
Rene Aujaba, whatever it is. He's no longer with us, but
yeah.
David Sanborn, that's so cool. I always liked him. He often played with David Letterman on the late night.
Yep.
And I'm a big Tom Snyder fan, and he did Tom Snyder's intro on the Late Late Show.
Really? I did not know
He
that.
did, and I played tenor sax in band, so I love tenor sax players and
Oh,
alto
yeah,
sax.
you know, he used a metal mouthpiece.
He did?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I made the mistake of I was trying to be like David Sanborn when I was learning saxophone.
Yeah.
And I bought a metal mouthpiece right away. Bad idea.
Well, I haven't played the horn since I was 18. I'm 48 now. Oh, I take that back. I was live at a music store when I was on the news, and it took me an hour and a half to try to do the NBC chimes, and it sounded like I was killing a duck. I tell you.
I want to hear that. I want to hear
No, it was early in the morning, and it did not sound good. Anyway, back to the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's that's a little bit different arrangement of the room. I got my Amazing Fantasy up there, and there's the Tin Train again, and there's those 60s. I call them 60s coloring books, but they're really not 60s coloring books.
Oh, these guys down here.
Yeah, they're a 1980s foreign release out of, I think it's Spain. Oh, and it's under a company called Fair, F-H-E-R. And then there's another company that pulled a whole bunch of new ones after that called Leda. And they just robbed still scenes from the cartoon and recolored them and put a story with them. And of course, in Spanish.
Flying Heroes looks old.
Yes, that's from Ohio. That's Ohio Arts. And you had it was like a rubber band, one of those, like you had the old balsa wood planes that you.
Oh, yeah.
Only this one had a big propeller at the top and a big propeller at the bottom, and you'd let them go. And of course, they're made out of vacuum form, which is really delicate anyways. Right. So most of these things got destroyed or broken or cracked, or, there's to find one in the box is sort of like,
wow, well, it's a little bit ingenious because you'd have to go buy another one.
Right.
That's the thing I always said about Migos. The Migos were made with rubber bands in the middle of them. They always used to break. So, got to go buy another Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Those things were, and that's how Captain Action was too. Captain Action was just, and being I was 5 or 6, I think I had the first Captain Action I had. I broke his legs several times, and
oh man,
it wasn't as good as the G.I. Joe. Of course, the G.I. Joe was always holding up his hand like this, right?
Right.
Describing something. I'm not sure what, but
the collectors love this thing, this Marvel world. This is just like a cardboard city of the Marvel universe, right?
Right.
What's the story of this guy? How'd you find this?
That's still in the shrink wrap. And you know what? Sometimes I don't remember because I've got 2 of those. I think one was in an auction and another one I traded for. And no, you know what? I take that back. I know who I got that from.
Okay.
I got it from a fellow named Mark Geary, who is on the website now and then and leaves me messages. And I bought quite a bit from him during, I'm going to say probably the early 2000s or the late 1990s or something like that. It was when the internet was first enacted, where I could get online. And
this thing's going for several $1,000s. I mean, it's like the first big thing of all the Marvel people. I think it's why it's so attractive.
Right. Yeah. And there's a few of them that tried before it. There's like a Hulk and Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. But that was the one that had everything, and it's really cool once it's all put together. And
I see. I think that's Jameson down there.
Yep, Valkyrie
and Shang-Chi. You got Goblin up here. I think there's a Mary Jane too. I could be wrong. Maybe that's in the Spider-Man version of it.
No, you know what? That's probably in the Ideal playset from '73.
Right. It looks very similar. And talk about toys that don't last. These are just paper, cardboard things that are like that you'd play in a board game, I imagine, right?
Right. Toys back then were sort of, a lot of times I'd find a figure or something and it would be like they'd have the eyes painted on or something. And one eye was painted up on his forehead or something. They weren't, the quality issues on these toys were horrid until like McFarlane came along. Or people
exactly.
And then people that watch the old 67 cartoon, they always complain, oh, he's just doing the same thing. And you have to realize we had nothing.
None.
And we were just so grateful to see that cartoon and finally see that character moving on the screen. we're grateful for it, and it's definitely emotional. I think whatever Spider-Man you grow up with, that's the one you attach to. That's the one that's your
Yes,
favorite.
and I haven't seen this since I was a kid. I had these. They're so cheap, they probably lasted a week in my hands,
Yeah,
but,
and they never
I love those things. Oh, I haven't thought of those in years,
all
man.
the grocery store items, right? You go to the grocery
Yes.
store, mom
Yep,
and dad are doing their thing, and you're just sitting
exactly.
there staring at everything.
I would that could be considered a rack toy? Is that like a rack
Yes,
toy? Yeah, that's a
most
rack
definitely.
toy.
And a lot of those rack toys that you see there got on my trips with the band.
Oh,
So
okay.
a lot of those were, I'd walk into a place and they'd be like $1 or 2, and yeah, give me that.
Why
Cool.
not? It's got Spider-Man on it. We'll never see Spider-Man again, on anything. Number one Marvel fan says, "I have the Marvel World opened. Another I should get sealed." So that's awesome.
Yeah,
The older we get, the more rare this stuff is getting. It's so crazy.
yeah,
I think this is a giant Hulk coloring book over here. I think I've seen.
yeah. It's the remnants stuck behind something.
Why does Spider-Man need a computer programmable Spider-Man machine?
Your guess is as good as mine. He's got some issues. I have no.
And the intercom set here, Spidey and Hulk.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Hulk have a thing going on, don't
They
they?
do. They're brothers from different gamma mothers, is what they are.
Okay, yeah, that works.
The Spider Car. Never seen that. Oh, I don't
That's
like
from
that
Italy.
logo.
I believe that's from Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
even pronounce the company's name. Fabianaccia, I
this
think.
is what we were talking about with Marvel World. This is what I was thinking of. They're very
Here's Mary
similar.
Jane. Yep,
Yeah. Like
yep.
that's got Mary Jane in it. Yeah.
Yeah, on the flip side, they show you do I have that up there? Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. On the flip side, I'm just gonna run out of
I'll full screen you.
there we go.
I'll drool as I'm looking at your room. All right, what do we got on the flip side?
The front side we have.
So cool.
Well, it's the hand. It's the mirror image thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
The Spider-Man play case.
Yep.
It's got the Daily Bugle. I think it's got Peter's apartment too, doesn't it?
Yep. And you turn it over,
Right.
and you get a different scene. Let's see
Oh,
here.
cool.
Let's see. Other way. So you got Robbie Robertson, Prowler, and
nice Jameson.
Lizard. Aaron will love that.
Oh, I love that thing. That's
have you had Aaron on as a collector?
I have not. I don't think
he's a big lizard guy. I think he's got everything lizard.
Big, all lizard. We have Fat Monkey Fitness says this is amazing. Pardon the pun, but I remember looking at pictures of his room like 15 years ago before my room grew to what it is now. Always be in awe. That's awesome, Fat Monkey. Never said
I actually stopped collecting, so it got to a point where it's just I can't keep up with it, everything.
That's one thing I was going to ask you. Talk about what year did you stop? Like you just like I can't do it.
I believe it was the year my dad passed away. So it just became kind of a 2009, I think, was where I had the shut off. It's like the website was getting hacked all the time. I couldn't run the bulletin board because it was constantly going down.
I feel your pain.
Yeah, when you lose a parent and it's your last parent, it's difficult. Oh, yeah. And then I lost my brother the year after that. So difficult times, but they always encourage my collecting. So they're wonderful.
Yes, it's good to have people in your life that encourage this as the insanity that you and I both have.
Insanity. It was like, my dad was in the Army Air Corps, so he wasn't typically your military dad. Right. But we found out in hospice because all their military records burned up because of the National Archive had a fire or something. So everybody after H lost their records. So when you get their military honors, you have to rebuild the record. So we're standing over my dad's at hospice, my sister and I, and we said, Dad, we need to know where you were discharged from. And this is like, he's in the 40s. It's World War II. Right. He goes, Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh.
And the look on my sister and I's face was like, wow, you sure it's not the drugs talking? It explains a lot later on, though. He's told me stories about Foo Fighters because this is before it was called the Air Force. Army Air Corps. It's totally different. And in his flight school, one of his students was Walter J. Polanski, which translated to Hollywood is Jack Palance.
Oh wow, that's so
Yeah,
cool. The,
right? Yeah.
tie it back to comics. He's the Joker's Jack
Exactly.
Nicholson's
Oh, yeah,
boss.
you knew
Yeah.
where I was going. You knew where I was going.
Dude,
Yeah.
I speak geek. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, I just need to tie it to William Dafoe somehow.
Oh, well,
I haven't done that yet.
there you,
You know,
well,
it's,
he was Jesus. He created it all. There you go.
there you go. Yes, he did. He did. He's the king. Speaking of that, I
Yeah.
can't you know, this GOAT and stuff and the king of Spider-Man. I can't no, I mean everybody has a marvelous collection, you know, and it's like I don't have everything. Okay. I don't have everything. I have
What's your holy grail? What are you missing? What are you looking for? You probably have your holy grail. What's your bottom grail? What are you looking for?
I mean, I used to have it, but I traded it away and I regret trading it away. I had the last page of original art to issue 6, where Spider-Man's shaking Kurt Connor's hand, and I had it in my hands. Of course, there's a story that goes with that issue because the entire issue was intact at one time. UPS delivered it to some guy in I think it was New Jersey or somewhere. It got left on a porch, and a bulldog got a hold of the package and chewed it. So when I got the last page, there was like a little corner chewed out of it that would have
a
had
bulldog ate a Ditko original.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So but you know, a lot of it was left untouched. So I mean, it could be restored. Mine was missing about half of a fist corner. You know, at least it was the corner, and that's why it was cheap at the time that I got it. It was like the guy didn't want it. He says, "Well, you know, you can have it for whatever." And we did and I traded it away. And you know, I was like, "Yeah, I regret that." Oh, there's the things that got away. The things that I used to have. I used to own the original artwork to Marvel Team Up #1.
Oh, with Sandman and Human Torch. Yeah.
Yeah, but that had a lot of whiteout on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, a lot of whiteout. I think it was mostly Gil Kane fixed by Romita. You know, Romita did touch-ups on the face, and you know they would do that kind of thing.
Yeah. You'd see Kirby bodies with Romita's faces often on Hulk and Spider-Man and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I found the picture that we were talking about with the hologram for the display of the Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, yeah. There they are.
There it is, right here. Yep. That's interesting. I've never seen that. That's so cool.
Yep. And you know what? Yeah. I got a call from a guy in the same town that I was at.
Yeah.
And he says, "I've got a bunch of stuff in my garage. It's all Marvel." You know, he says, "I used to have all the stuff." So I went through all these bins, and that was in the bin.
Wow. Wow.
And I was like, "Oh."
And this is more stuff overseas in Brazil, right? Like
bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gulliver. Anytime that says Gulliver on it, that's a foreign issue.
Like Kang's satellite truck or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that,
but crazy.
It's just so goofy. It's wonderful.
They let Wolverine drive, evidently.
Yeah, looks like he's leaving out the door.
Yeah, that's funny. A play box of heroes.
Right. That's from I believe 1978.
Huh.
That's how far back that goes. And then those are pretty decent figures. Nice and
I have seen this before. I think this did make I think I saw it in Montgomery Wards when I was a kid.
Right. And there's some guy online on eBay right now that wants $10,000.
Jesus.
I'm like, there's no way, brother.
Whoa.
Somebody pays $10,000. That's you know, more power
Good for you to get it, but man, what is this thing? It looks like a pair of scissors.
They're tops.
Oh, they're tops. Okay.
Yeah, you pull the gyro stick out of it, and then
I tell you what, if they came to Jim Shooter and Stan Lee and said, "Hey, we have a toy company. What do you want? We'll put it on anything." Pretty much with Secret Wars.
And now it's going to be a movie, right?
Oh, well, wait for it. These are customs, aren't they?
Yeah, those are commissioned.
Commissioned, yeah.
Kirk Jarvinen did the Spider-Man 1 for me in the style of Ditko on the right. And Jim O'Keefe, who does Flash Gordon, Jim's a really nice guy, really great artist. He does the Flash Gordon's dailies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actual Romita pencils, and he's inked over it. Of course, via computer because you're not gonna. And I've got the original little Romita pencils for it. It's so big, and then I have a color sheet that was going to be used for the, and it was actually I think displayed at the Museum of Cartoon and Comic Art or something like that.
I see a Migo. There's multiple Migos in there. There's a Spider-Man with a circle. Then there's just a spider. That's the first one, isn't it?
I made like years ago. I just took everything from the website and I just sort of like I was using Photoshop and I thought I'm just going to make a big poster. Yeah. And that's sort of what came out of that.
Is that the first Migo Spidey right there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, circle Spidey. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got 1971 on the back of his neck.
Okay. Got it.
And I thought it was 72, but it says 71.
Yep. We got some more rack toys, it looks like, up there.
Yep.
There's another angle of your beautiful looking. I don't even. What is it called? It's not a spinner rack. It's a display. What are they called?
Display or something. It's a rack of some kind.
A comic rack. Probably comic rack, if I had to guess. What do we got? We got the pump and pop rifle.
Yep, 1974. You can't see him underneath there, but there's a little Electro underneath.
Oh, there. Right there's Electro. There he is.
Yeah, he's hiding.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
And isn't this the pillow that you mailed off for? You blow up. It's more like a pool toy.
5 of those things. So if anybody needs a pillow, you contact me.
Check out this, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's pretty funky, isn't it? Americans didn't get that.
What's up with the eyes?
I'm not sure. It's so bizarre. But that's UK. That's a company. I think it's called Decker, maybe. I think
was this something that they put inside of a store here? This picture?
Marvel superheroes are here. I know it was a poster that I picked up. I think it had something to do more with the Day Glow and the greeting cards there for a while. And there were posters, actually. There were Thor posters, Silver Surfer. There was a whole line of Blacklight posters. And that's...
I see one of Bruce's favorites over here with the AM radio. That was one of his first things.
Different kind of a package than the one he got for Christmas. I think he got the one in the box. But that was pretty big. That was big in 73. Those weren't cheap.
And your batteries are hopefully not leaking because it came with a battery right there.
Yeah, well, I keep an eye on those kind of things, especially the toys that have batteries. I try to open them up and take them out. Because
Matt has a question about, do you have any original art from John Romita?
Yes, I do.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. Nathan, they sell these pillows at the store. I don't know if you need specifically a Spider-Man one, but
yeah. Right.
Third eye Blacklight posters and cards. That's what Bruce says.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep. Let's see what we got here. This is an ancient thing called a cassette, kids.
Yeah, and if you need to rewind it, you use a pencil, right?
Pencil, yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Right? Or
this looks like Power Records and Peter Pan. They got rid of the records probably right after that. That they probably didn't go over as well.
Right.
What are these things? Oh, Super 8s. Those are films.
Yeah, those are some of those might be sound, they might be black and white. I have no clue. I have a bunch of those. They're from like 74, I believe, 1974. They used to be.
Spidey was on straws?
Yes, he was. Doesn't that suck?
It does.
Oh, that's
nice.
typical. That's a dad.
Nice. No, I'm all about the dad jokes.
Okay, cool. We're fine.
Have you listened to this show? I mean,
I have.
Are these the gray ones you were talking about?
That's the gray ones. Those are real pristine, really nicely shaped because they're like the first time the molds were used. The more you use a mold, the more it deteriorates. The more it looks sort of funky and it's not as sharp and pristine.
Yeah. What is this thing down here? This free something. What is that?
Oh, that is a UK magazine that came with a rubber band cardboard gun. And it actually appeared in a comic here recently. I can't remember what comic it was, but it showed, it was a Marvel comic, and it was like within the last 6 months, I think. That
Are you still do you still read the current issues, by the way, or did you give up on that?
I gave up on that when Straczynski did his One More Day thing, and Spider-Man did the deal with the devil.
Yeah,
I was like, that is so not like Peter. I know he loves Aunt May, but no, I'm not buying it. And the whole one night stand with Gwen Stacy, Norman Osborn, Gwen Stacy, I was like, come on, man.
Well, that's retconned. It's retconned.
Really?
That didn't happen. So they
Okay.
changed that recently.
That's what is that,
But
Dallas?
but
I had a
but
dream.
well, long story, but thank God it's over.
Yeah, point me
But
to the issues,
the deal with the devil's done. But 2008, man, you've been out of the game reading since 2008. It's 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been my head's been in music and
Yeah.
recording and things like that. But like I said, it's I check in on, like, who was it? Warner contacted me. He says,
Uh-huh.
bid on this item. I really want this item. I said, dude, I have not been on an auction in years. Like, don't worry about it.
I found a spinner rack and I wanted the one with Spidey on the top. You have the exact same one I have.
Isn't that?
Tell me
Don't you
about
love
this.
that?
How'd you find your spinner rack?
Probably an auction, probably late 90s. I think I finally found one.
Love it. I have such fond memories of buying comics off of that as a kid. And
Oh,
the sound, the metal on metal is
wait,
just I love it.
wait a
Oh,
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
We're gonna do the sound.
We're gonna do the sound if it'll make it sound.
Oh, they all make a
Hold
sound.
on, but let's see. Yeah. Can you hear that?
You knew the exact sound I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And if you heard that like 3 aisles over in the grocery store, someone was either looking at it or stocking it. You had to go check it out. Yep.
Yep.
What is this guy up here? And is that Mephisto? What is that?
That is the first toy with Mephisto. Hold on, let me see what year that
Got
is.
it?
I got it over here.
Got a Mephisto toy with Spider-Man on it.
1980.
1980, Mephisto was already bothering him? Oh my gosh.
The year I graduated.
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks like a giant Migo.
It basically is. There's a
Yeah.
picture in the individual photos that I have where I have Amigo standing right next to the box.
Oh, okay.
And it dwarfs the Migo. It's
Oh
insane.
yeah, just tiny. Yeah.
But if you pull him out of the box, his hips are huge.
His what are huge?
His hips.
Oh, his hips.
His hips are huge, which leads me to believe they probably used a doll.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Female doll's legs. Yeah. To they cheesed on it.
Yeah. Here's another angle of the room. What do we see? I see the trike. You got a bunch of trikes over here.
Yep, in the
In
box.
the box still. That looks cool. By the way, what's up with this lunchbox? I don't remember that lunchbox.
That is a UK lunchbox.
Okay.
And that is from, I think, 78 or 79. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Where is that? Oh, it's here. Hold on.
You got it? Okay.
I got it. Let me see if there's any markings on it.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Got it right there.
Hold on. Well, nothing. Hold on. Let me open her up.
Lunchboxes are never as cool as the metal ones. When they went plastic,
there were toys in it.
You're not eating good today. You're eating.
And a Joe Star Spidey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, this little guy. He's from 78, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, 78.
78 from the UK. Got
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what else we got. Here's another angle of the big room. Let's see.
Now behind that web, that big
Yeah.
red web, that's about 20 bins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this room is a lot bigger than what it looks like.
Right.
But that's why I'm going to turn this into a guest room, actually. So
right.
For various reasons.
That looks like another UK Spider-Man.
Yep.
Lunchbox. What's the escape game?
Flying escape game.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm always attracted to the Spidey and Hulk? My eye instantly goes.
Yeah, you're like going, oh, where's all the Hulk stuff?
All the Hulk stuff. These you definitely saw the ad in Marvel Comics for this stuff, and you got the display for it.
I've got a ton of those, and I'm amazed at what those are going for lately. I should sell a couple of those.
What is this? What is that? Musical tube sliding flute.
Something to annoy your parents with. That's all that is. Why would they make toys that make sound? Like, this is what every parent has to ask. It's like,
It,
because that thing sounds, I have one out of there and it sounds awful. I played stuff on it.
look at the alteration that they did to Ramita's classic picture. Look at this arm. What is that about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a Spider-Man the Contortionist, because if he's heard the notes make him go,
Oh yeah, no doubt.
what is that?
Let's see what else we got. Oh, here's your day job.
Yep. Well, my night job, actually.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me go back. I'm going to close that.
Yep.
And let's see. I will get the 2-shot. We have reached the end of the room tour. I've got about 900 more pictures we can show. Let's see. Let's go through. This is I asked Cy for weird stuff. And we're going to go through what he considers weird Spider-Man stuff in his collection. And
it's hard to find weird stuff.
Oh, the toilet paper, when I started my site, I had a whole section called Weird Marvel Collectibles. And the toilet paper, I was amazed that they made Spider-Man toilet paper.
Wasn't it great? It was Hulk. See, once again, it was Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yeah. The idea of having a Spider-Man toilet paper as you read it as you're on the can, it just cracks me up. And then it was on, I forget which collector it was. They told me, and I've got it over my shoulder back there behind that spider head. It's the Kleenex boxes. The same company made Kleenexes of Spidey. So I bought that too off eBay, and I was just amazed.
Yeah, old Dawn. Yep.
Yep. Let's see. Here is the first weird thing we're going to show off. So Spider-Man and Hulk are packing some heat.
As seen on TV. That's what I was in the upper left corner.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what they're going for.
I still want to see that episode, man. Who gets shot? You know,
it's a buddy cop show, right? I mean,
it's not only the Hulk and Spider-Man, because if I detect that right, that's Captain America also.
Oh, you got Cap on there too. So look at that.
Yep.
If these three pull you over, you're really speeding. I mean,
you know, it amazes me that they actually molded that into the shield, because typically those kind of toys, they just slapped a sticker on it and it says Spider-Man.
That's another rack toy. Isn't so funny?
Yeah.
Another weird thing. What is this?
Yeah. The figures are poorly placed.
I know, right?
Right.
You stick it up his butt? No, his front. Okay.
Yeah, right, they make a version also of squirt guns too, and it's just...
Is that a legit, or is that
is bootleg all the way from China?
Bootleg, okay. It looks bootleg.
Yeah, that's we just had Xi Jinping's ping or however you ping pong.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, wow.
Light them if you got them.
Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually when I got that, I've never had it open. It's wrapped in cellophane. It's a box. It says camel filters on it. I don't know if it's real. I suspect it's an art job. I don't think
it's the size of a pack of Camels, like cigarettes, like you'd normally have.
Yeah.
And he's in front of the Hall of Justice, evidently. So that must be real. No, it's
yeah, right.
I've seen this at Walmart. I almost bought it, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was so weird. I had to. I was like, "Oh my god,
a hamster house,
a hamster house," and they also made a hermit crab enclosure too at the same time.
I remember in the mall they used to sell Spider-Man hermit crabs, and they used to draw the Spider-Man suit on the back of the shell. But this is weird. Run the wheel, and Spider-Man spins 360. Look out for the tower, hamster. Oh man, that's funky. Hamster
care booklet included.
Absolutely. It's a rare #1 hamster care booklet #1.
What kind of disturbing nightmares that hamster's gonna have?
Oh man.
How gonna be red and blue?
What is that?
Yeah, exactly my point. What is
Spider Bear with the spider car.
Obviously Spider-Man, but I have no clue. It just is it's bootleg.
There's a chair.
Right there you go.
Love it. I love the web base. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Marvel Mania. Were they the ones in Florida? Is that where they were?
They were the ones in California at Universal Studios, and they lasted only. They were owned by the same people that own all the what is it?
Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, the rock and roll. What is it? Yeah, Planet
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe. Got it.
And they spread themselves too thin, and so that's why they decided to shut those down.
Okay. What in the Spider-Man photo friend?
Photo friend, but not Spider-Man. No, we didn't copy anything. There's no spider on it. We're
Oh,
not.
there's no logo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we just happens to be the same colors and a web pattern. Is it a web pattern though?
I
Not
know
really.
I know you said you stopped collecting, but at this point in my collection, I'm looking for the weird, like the hamster stuff. Like, did you get to that point where you're just looking for the weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's marvelous about this is when I have my students come in and sometimes they'll bring me little gifts and
Uh-huh.
they're so afraid to buy me Spider-Man. They think I have everything Spider-Man, but I try
Same.
to explain to them I stopped in 2008. So when I genuinely get something from them,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's just like, oh, thank you. It's like
If
they
you
don't have
stopped in
this. I like
if you
no.
stopped in 2008, you haven't gone down this rabbit hole of the Funko Pops. Have you seen the Mary Janes? Have you seen the Funko Pops? You could go nuts with this stuff.
I know, right? A buddy of mine owns a comic shop over across town, James Collins, JC's
Yeah.
Comics and More Pop Culture Superstore. That's a title.
Right.
And he has all those in his shop, and he's got hundreds of them, and they're all different. The only pop I did get a pop from somebody.
Oh, you have a pop. Okay.
I got the ones where they're pointing at each other. It's
Yep,
the
I got that one right over there. Yep.
Yep.
Entertainment. I like that one. And come on, man, you got to get the Bag Man, the Amazing Bag Man.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm going for the weird also.
Yeah.
All right,
Weird.
let's see. We've got what in the world?
Yeah, I have no clue, man.
Spider aliens.
Yeah, right. They're fans. They're portable fans. I guess you pop their head off and it turns into a propeller. I have no idea.
You and I are fans. Those are not. Oh, well, the show's gone to the can. Well, at least he's got a good band he's listened to with the Stones.
Yeah, I have no idea why that was ever made.
I,
The story behind it, I'm not sure what it is.
and it's a Mike Ringo. That looks like Mike Ringo art.
Yeah, God
No
rest his.
longer with us.
What a great
Oh,
artist he was. Yeah.
Spider Duck.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spider-Man and Superman.
Reggae album.
Hey, Superman. Hey, Spider-Man. Where's your hyphen?
I get too personal.
Oh my gosh. What are those?
That was given away when at the theaters when Spider-Man 3 came out. It was alien goop.
Oh, they gave away symbiotes at the well, that's just like Marvel to do. Everybody gets one.
And they were pretty nasty. It wasn't the slime that you usually think it is. It was pretty oily and disgusting.
Oh, nasty. So it's not like yeah.
Not something you want to give to the kids, but they were giving it to the kids.
Oh, no, that's cute. That looks legit.
That it's legit, but
Yeah.
it's Spider-Man little lamb or whatever. It's just
Oh, he's a lamb?
I don't know. I mean, that's with a tail like that. I mean, if you look at the tail, it sort of reminds me of a lamb or something.
That's just like where your butt sits. That's not a tail, is it? That's a saddle. I don't know.
Oh, okay. There you go. Something I had no clue.
This is like a Rorschach test. What do you see in the Spider-Man?
Yeah. It's weird.
All right. This is a rare 70s shirt, it looks like. 78.
Yeah. And they got it all
Ironhead.
wrong because it's Mysterio and he's calling him Ironhead.
Ironhead. Spatak.
Yes.
That sounds Klingon.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that?
Now, if you squeeze his back, he spits at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water gun?
You get spit on by Spider-Man. Yeah, there you
Oh.
go. Spitterman.
Well, did you read the last issue? I think I was spit on. It was really bad.
Ooh, ouch.
Have you heard of the character Wreck Rap?
I've seen him, but I don't know what he's about, and I'm afraid to ask.
It's Parker spelled backwards, and it's his Limbo version, and he's doing a 3-issue run in the latest. It's awful. I don't care for it, but anyway.
That tells me everything. Thanks for the
Spidey on a head. You're Pogo, right?
right. Yep.
Go.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Let's see. Oh, my favorite. Absolute. Have you ever seen another one of these? I've not.
Never.
No.
No.
And what's the company? Who did it?
Durham?
Durham.
WRHAM. If anybody's got one, please let me know, man. I'd just be glad to know that there's another one out there, but I have had nobody.
What did Durham make? Because I have that on a eBay search.
The trains, the mini train,
yeah.
God, what else?
Oh, did they make the hand grabber?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So I'm looking for the hand grabber, and I've got an eBay search for that.
They got the Aqu one, right?
The Aqu one. Yeah, I've seen the Aqu one, but I had the Hulk. No, I had Spider-Man. I don't think they made a Hulk, but
yeah, they made the Spider-Man. Some of them have webs on the fingers and palms.
Yes.
Other ones don't.
Yeah.
So there's like two different.
That one's hard to find too. There was one up on eBay that I couldn't pull the trigger and it was too beat up. And someone painted it green and said it was a Green Goblin, but I don't think that was legit.
Yeah, don't trust those things.
Yeah, I didn't either. But anyway, because I had these toys as a kid, I just didn't have them with Spider-Man around them.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but I had that back in the day. Let's see what else we got. Oh, the back of it.
Makes me wonder how many other things that we don't know about that were released that just got trashed or thrown out or is left in somebody's attic somewhere.
This girl is very suspicious of, like, where do you have your medical degree, sir? I mean,
yeah,
I got it. And really, wouldn't you like to see a comic where this happens? I mean, I really would. Like,
yeah, right, yeah.
Doc Banner. Doc Banner.
Oh, he has Banner's brain because
Doc Banner
goes south really quick.
There you go. And also look at the scaling. Like Hulk's so much bigger than Spidey. Like
right, yeah.
Scaling's wrong. Anyway, I remember they made these back in the day. They made a ton of these things.
Oh yeah, you don't know how many of these they made.
The Venture set, Toy Biz made them. Yeah.
He's got a costume, but let's dress him up as other things over his
other heroes. Yeah, so he's a fireman. He's a space astronaut. He's a Arctic. Like, really, is Spider-Man an Arctic hero? Like, is he on a surfboard? Would that make him a hero?
Well, he was in the Arctic in the '60s cartoon, Neptune's Nose Cone. I mean, that was an episode of that. That's a stretch.
He talks to the Submariner down there in the deep sea Spider-Man.
He needs gear.
Talks to Ralph Macchio, the editor, not the actor, as Ninja Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Why would Spider-Man need two masks? Just wondering here.
It's hard to tell. Nobody was thinking it's just
I dive Spidey.
Yep.
He goes to space again. Web climbing.
Looks like fishing or something.
Yeah, the Gone Fishing Spider-Man sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds more right than web climbing.
Yep. Ooh, you had to pay extra for this one. It's got a 2-pack, the deep sea and the skydiver. Oh,
right.
And this all falls under the I can't believe they made it. That's why you picked it up, probably.
Still can't. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's there's another collector called Michael Book, and he and I talk about it. And Michael thinks that these things are going to be worth a lot, like years later. I'm like, yeah, about like 1 million years from now.
We got Arctic Ninja Space, so it's like a 3-pack. The Camp Out gift. Does it come with s'mores? Check out those pants.
It's pretty funky.
It's pants on pants. 2 layers. He's layered for pants.
Yeah. I don't know. It must be cold. But here he doesn't have pants. He's actually showing his leg and his arms. So
yeah. This is the Top Gun scene where they're playing volleyball. I guess. I don't know.
Something like that.
Oh, and there's another fireman costume.
Yeah.
The space and the ninja.
There's probably some doubles in there.
Whitewater Rapid Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. Oh, you got a Peter Parker there. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what'd they do to that Daredevil comic? What?
Yeah, let's roll it up and put it in the back pocket.
Roll it up.
They used to do comics way back when.
Rare thing. I think I'm right on this. I think it's Daredevil 251. It's got McFarlane art in it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because I remember back in the 90s, I was collecting everything McFarlane, and that was the one Daredevil I had to pick up.
Yeah, in my opinion, he had way too short a run on Spider-Man, but for good reason. He started
to make his money. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Bungee jump Spider-Man with a giant Nerf gun.
Yeah, go figure.
Oh, look. Well, now that's funny. Look at that. He does that all the time without a rope.
Right?
So, yeah, no doubt. Arctic baseball. Oh, of course
Baseball
they're gonna do
Spider-Man.
sports.
Of course, you got to have your sports fans. What were
Uh,
they thinking? They waited so long to make it.
well, he's a Mets fan. I don't. Does that look like the Mets outfit? I don't know. They probably couldn't.
Debatable.
They
They
probably couldn't get.
sort of made it generic.
Yeah. Basketball.
Yep.
Basketball. Spidey. Oh, I didn't notice that. The basketball has spider. It looks like a goblin pumpkin though.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Pumpkin color.
Yep. Bungee jump. Deep sea.
Yeah, different packaging, probably.
Another different packaging for the
That was
fireman.
after, I think that was after 9/11 or something like that. They added the flag behind it.
This inline skating Spider-Man. It's so dumb.
I want to see like more like a fast food worker Spider.
Oh,
And
check out Safari, the crocodile hunter. Oh, what is that? Skateboard Spider-Man. I like that picture.
IRS Spider-Man, you can put in
Ooh, look at that skateboard Spidey, different package. Skydive, air sports. Oh, soccer spider.
There you go.
With the web shorts.
Yep.
Super glider.
Yep.
We got street scooter. How about park flasher? You got that one?
Yeah. I had no idea.
Ah, yeah.
Lap dancer Spider-Man. What?
Lap dancing Spider-Man. Well, he's the next picture. What is this, and why is he in the
yeah.
card wrong? Web climbing Spider-Man.
Yeah, they must have had a run on that day.
Oh, got a
Somebody did
canteen.
in the design department.
Yeah. What? Afternoon vodka and cigar Spider-Man. What is it? Oh, it's fist. It's a sitting by the fireplace reading a good book Spider-Man. Check out the spider robe.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Jeez. Fists of Fury. Oh, now there's the Top Gun Spidey. That's Top
There you
Gun.
go.
Air
Yeah,
Force Spidey.
airborne. Mhm,
Oh
Air
my
Force.
gosh. Archer. That's Hawkeye's thing, Spidey. What are you doing?
Right.
Bug. Why would
Bug
he be catching his friends? Delta Force. The Chuck
Yeah.
Norris Spidey.
There you go.
Fisherman Spidey. Check out those waiter pants. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he uses a spider for bait. Look at that. Now that's
Right. What else would it be?
They do make Spider-Man fishing tackle boxes. I've seen those.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those lately. Yeah.
Navy SEAL.
Navy. So you got to get all the branches of the service.
When you got to have somebody going undercover. Don't call this guy. All right.
Yeah, let's be conspicuous there.
Yep. Oh, police officer Spidey. Oh, that's in the video game. That's Spider Cop.
Yeah. There you go.
Have you played the new video game? Are you a gamer at all?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
New PS5 one? What do you think?
I finally was able to get a PS5 within the last 6 months, and been enjoying the ride, the whole thing.
So much fun.
Really well done. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I'm remembering the Atari.
Absolutely, man. The red dot was Spider-Man. The green dot was the Goblin. We thought it was never going to get any better.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Then you swing and hit the criminal. The person that designed that, I've interviewed her before.
Really?
She's on the channel, and she was almost a one-woman show designing that video game.
Really?
And she had high-speed internet in the 80s from her house to Activision of what she would upload, what was considered high-speed internet. So that's a fun interview if you want to go check that out. That's a good one.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Sergeant Spidey. What's that?
That is Perfume. And that was released in 2004 along with the Spider-Man 4 movie. They were giving that away at the theater.
Oh, that's so funny because that's the picture from the billboard with
right.
Kirsten Dunst. I remember that. Oh my gosh, Spider Bunny. What's the story?
Right? Yeah, I was walking one Easter and walking past an aisle. And I'm like, oh, that is really weird. I have to have it.
Yeah, exactly. Watch bugs explode.
Yeah, hey, let all your kids keep the bugs in the house. There's a good idea. Hey, Orkin.
Oh, a bug habitat. So you go around and find a grasshopper and you put them in here? Oh,
The next picture has the parent solution for it. A
this
vacuum
one?
gun. In case the thing drops over and the bugs spill out all over the floor.
So maybe you catch a spider, you put it in here and he climbs these buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. And we ended on that. That's the last one, it looks like.
Yeah, that from the weird ones that I could find within.
Oh, that's so funny.
Notice. I'm sure there's other ones, but
oh, thanks for picking those out. As you know, I love weird spider stuff. And
oh yeah, no, it's always cool.
Alley. Let's go to chat. Let's see. We haven't talked to chat in it. Let's see. The Durham hand grabber, the one currently on eBay, isn't complete. Yeah, I'm still looking for that. Web Slinger from Pennsylvania never saw the goop before.
Yeah.
Vinkman says, Brad, stop encouraging him to buy Funko Pop crap. I haven't seen it's the Build-A-Bear car.
Oh yeah, that's that. I have one of those. And
Ryan said Spider Camel has one hump. Oh, Bruce says that's how you started as a musician with the slide-a-flute.
I guess the jig is up, man.
Yeah. Matt says, I blame the editor-in-chief at the time, Joe Quesada, even more for One More Day because he was getting divorced from his own wife at the time the story came out in 2007. Well, you ended Si's long list of collecting. But if you got a question for Si or me, we'll pop them up. We're going to keep looking through some pictures. We've got some pictures of the way your room used to look back in the day. So let me put these up for us. Oh, the first picture I'm going to show is a custom, though, of the Captain Action, right? Of the Goblin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep.
What if they made that?
Yeah, it would have been nice, right?
Nice. I don't think they did villains, though, with Captain Action. It was all heroes, right?
They did villains when they did the back in the 90s when Captain Action came back under a different company. They did Ming the Merciless and a couple other ones, but no villains until the 90s.
Is that a Migo? That's a Migo. What's this? What's the variation of this?
That's just a custom package.
Oh, okay.
Just with Ditko artwork, because you can.
There's you and your cat book.
My sister got me that. I do. Yeah, no, my sister got me that.
And this is Pokey and Gumby right over here.
Yep, in their Jeep.
And who's looking over here in the corner? What's that?
Oh my God! You know what? I never noticed that. What is that?
It looks like a Muppet. It looks like two eyes.
Yeah, you know what? That might be an ornament off the tree.
It's kind of like you see a ghost like in the 3 Minute Baby movie where you look in the background like, what is that thing? I've never seen it.
Now,
what?
Well, see, I'm going to be walking through my house late at night and I'm going to see those little eyes pop out.
Oh, great. I blame Brad and the creepiness. Okay, another look of your old room. What year was this when you had it?
I'm going to say probably from judging from what's on the table, I'm going to say 2003 or 4, probably.
You have a bunch of these Alex Ross. I love that. I've got one right over there.
Yeah.
Love that big head bust. That's so cool. Lots of these look like Bowen. Are these Bowens?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, either Bowens or I know that what is it? Hamilton came out with some stuff.
Right. That looks like an original art of something. That looks like Doc Ock.
Cover. I think that was the first death of Doc Ock. How many times did that guy die?
He gets better all the time. And Daily Bugles came out with the movie, if memory serves.
Yep.
They sold those, I remember.
Yep.
Oh, you got a pinball like Bruce does. Very nice.
Yeah, I actually got 2 of those. I gave one to my friend, who helped me move all the bins out of the basement. So,
wow, he just. Some people pay with beer and pizza. You pay with pinball,
right? It worked. It worked.
I love it. More spider rack toys. Looks like kinky. You got handcuffs over here.
There you go.
But lots of rack toys here. Oh, I put this together as a kid.
right?
It
The
was
Horizon model. Yep.
Horizon models. Man, I made an ugly Spider-Man. Man, it was
I think we
ugly.
all did.
Yeah. Love that lunchbox there. Spider-Man swinging from an actual rope.
Oh yeah.
On that, what else we got? Oh, there's your bins. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the start of the bin age.
The bin age.
Yeah, and the whole other wall is bins too,
Yep.
and all the statue boxes at the end of the room.
What's a guess of how many bins you have now? What do you think?
Uh, in storage, in what I've got at the house, probably over 300.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
Mhm.
wow. And has some of it not been out in years to look at?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of stuff I know I have that I can't get to.
Yeah.
That I can't remember what I if I would have had a brain, I would have made a list and put it on the bin. But what was really happening or occurring at that moment was the fact that we had rain here like you would not believe, and the basement started to flood.
Oh no.
And this old fat boy was running up and down the stairs like in one night, 300
Yeah.
times, just getting everything up from the water.
Oh my gosh.
And luckily, it was already in bins, being ready to move,
Yeah.
because it was going to be put out in a pod later on. But it's the most exercise I've ever gotten in my entire
I
life.
would imagine. Bruce has a question. What was the first collectible not a comic book, that you ever got?
Did I ever pay for, or somebody gave me?
Both.
Both. Well, the Amazing 40 comic book my aunt and uncle brought me. But that's a comic. Captain Action costume, 67. I would say that's the first Spider-Man toy. And then after that, I probably didn't see another Spider-Man toy until 69 or 70. I had the Ohio Arts.
Nice.
That was a big thing. We had a toy store across from the Woodville Mall called Spree. They were like the precursors of Toys R Us. And they were owned by Zayers out of Massachusetts. And they had a lot of old 60s toys in their stock for some reason. I was able to buy a yellow submarine model kit and that 1968 Ohio Arts thing was at the store.
Matt wants to know if you have any animation cells from the 67 cartoon.
Yes,
or anything from 67 to the MTV series, I guess.
Oh, the MTV series. I have like figures from the MTV series, but I don't have any animation. I think that was done on computer mostly, wasn't it?
I think his question is, do you have anything from the first one to about the 2000s? Do you have any animation cells from the?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I've got a lot from 1994's, the 90s Spider-Man. I have a lot of those. Hold on. Did I bring one in here or not? Seems like I maybe did, but maybe I did not. There's too much crap in this room.
That's all right.
Yeah. No, I know there's like individual pictures later on, probably of the actual cell, but I've got one with Spider-Man and the Rhino fighting the Rhino, and I've got another one where Spider-Man's just in front of a building shooting his webs.
More rack toys here.
Oh yeah, tons of rack toys.
Lot of rack toys. There's more bins. Oh, what's in your bins here? Oh, the bop bag. I had that.
Yeah.
I punched the hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I think I remember this wristwatch. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, at least I have clear bins.
You do.
Right.
Oh, you've got the energized goblin. I remember that. That was the companion piece to the energy.
This is like, where's Waldo, Brad?
I know.
Like, how many more Hulks can I find?
Can we find no, I don't know. Pinball Wizard. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's got Galactus in the middle, and I know it's got Spider-Man the Fantastic Four on that one. That's from the UK.
Very nice. Ah, you got a Goblin on a stick, huh?
Yeah, Goblin. There's
William Dafoe. There's William Dafoe.
Yep, paint changing color and everything.
You got my costume right over my shoulder there on the still display thing. That looks cool.
Right.
Oh, you got Spider-Man Banks here.
Yeah.
Which were also like the Halloween buckets that they used to have.
And they came in all different sizes too. They came in a couple different sizes. There's like a small, tiny one versus a big AJ Renzi one.
Yep. I got some Spec Spidey. cartoon. There's some long boxes.
Yep.
Um,
And that's the second pinball machine.
oh yeah, second one.
Yeah.
Looks like some posters here.
Oh yeah, tons of. Oh, and there you go. AMF bike up there.
AMF bike. Where do you? Oh, right here. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I wanted that as a kid. I remember that thing. Yes. Yep. I was distracted by this thing.
What's that?
The flashlight. I had that within reach. Yes, here it is. Mine's purple though.
Yeah.
I've got that one.
Yeah, you got a purple one. That's
I got
cool.
a purple one. It doesn't work, but I found that years ago. So I still.
Well, the batteries, you can't see it in that picture, but the batteries actually have, I think, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Captain America on them. But then
the batteries do.
Yeah, the batteries.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't remember that part. That's cool.
But
I've been on the lookout. I've been on the lookout for this thing, the belt. That's pretty hard to find these days. What else we got? What is this? Is this your secrets?
Well, that I have here with me.
Okay, what is that? Here,
and I got the tally ho web.
Oh,
right? Movie prop. Movie prop. But the one thing as a musician that I love that I have, this thing.
What is that?
Danny Elfman.
Oh, Danny Elfman.
Actual score to the first page of, or the first movie of Spider-Man. And it opens up with the string part that you hear at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that part. Oh, cool.
But the suitcase that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that thing.
This thing.
Right.
I knew you were going to ask about that.
Okay.
What I got in here, I have one of these.
Ooh,
the actual first movie prop. It's missing one light. You can hear it jiggling around in there.
Yeah. So that was used in the movie?
Yeah, it was used in the movie.
Oh, how cool.
So let's set that. Well, I don't want to drop it. Man, I gotta set this down. Let me do this. This is to the spec what the Spider-Man suit is, because it actually has, I don't know if you can tell, has the actual 3D webbing on it.
Got the raised webs, yeah.
Yeah. There's pictures of it somewhere in that deal, that it's got the muscle shading and everything. It's there's a picture of me holding a Les Paul guitar, and I'm dressed in that costume.
Oh, very cool. We'll probably get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Let's see. Looks like a bunch of board games, puzzles, stuff over here. I think that's the popsicles. Yeah. Again, this is your old setup.
Right.
Oh, is this the down here, the fuzzy Migo?
Yeah, that's the smaller one. Yeah, that's the smaller one. That's the one that doesn't talk, but I've got the other one that's in a very large box that you pull the string and he says all kinds of weird things.
I've been looking at these on eBay up here, these Viewmaster gift sets. Those are
cool. Oh yeah, there's a green one, a purple one, a yellow one. Yeah, there's all kinds of those.
I have fond memories of looking through Viewmasters. Spidey Viewmasters. More rack toys. Is that a custom Peter Parker that they only sold?
Definitely a custom. Yep.
Do you have that Peter Parker Migo that they put out?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's what store did they put out that one? That was a store.
That was I think it was Montgomery Ward's.
I think so too. Yeah.
And I bought my first Migo at J.C. Penney's in the mall. Oh, wow. And it was an Aquaman, and they weren't window box. They were solid boxes.
Oh, so you couldn't see in it. Okay.
Couldn't see in it at all. And they had Batman, Superman, Aquaman, but there was no Marvel. Oh, I take that back. They had Captain America, but they didn't have Spider-Man. And it took another year or more before I could get a Spider-Man one.
Did you know Migo's back, right?
Yeah.
So they
all kinds of crazy stuff.
From what I've heard, they just got the Marvel license. So we could see the 50th anniversary of Spider-Man Migos again.
Wow.
So I'm for that because I like what they've done with the DC stuff.
Well, they came out with that one set that had the circle suit in it. Did you see that? I don't think it was made. Was it made by Migo? I'm not sure.
That was like a Diamond Toys or something. Is what
you're right. Yeah,
because it looked like Migos, but it also they did like a Captain Action homage to it too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I remember that. So yeah, so if Migo comes out with more Spideys, I'm
Hey Brad, this is so much fun, man. I haven't talked like this in years, man. It's like I usually
Hey,
talk about this stuff. Like I'll talk to my friends and everything, but I don't usually bring this stuff. But it's nice to talk to somebody.
nice to talk geek with another fellow geek. I love it.
Wow,
Uh,
yeah, awesome.
Montgomery Ward, we have confirmation from the Pennsylvania web slinger over here. Yes.
Yep,
Bruce is saying the beanbag is extremely rare.
yep.
Bruce also wants to know what's your most emotional piece? Because his AM
Okay,
radio is
okay.
Bruce's.
It's not what people think.
Okay.
It's the Franklin knife from 1991, maybe.
Okay.
My
Why is
dad.
that one?
It was the last thing that my dad got me that was Spider-Man, and he did it unannounced. It wasn't my birthday. It wasn't any kind of. It was just because I saw it. I thought of you, and
Yeah. Is it? I'm trying to think of what it looks like. I imagine it's in the folder here, but is it like the corner box on it?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
it's the
Ditko corner box?
Ditko face. Yeah, the Ditko.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
it's,
I've seen
I
that
think it's
before.
12 cents or something on
Yep.
it.
I
Yep.
know what the knife you're talking. Is that your favorite piece of all of it?
If I had to keep one piece out of everything, there's two pieces that I would keep. It would be the Franklin knife
Yeah.
and the Zoom cycle from '74, which my mom took me to Hobby Center in the Woodville Mall and bought me.
I have we shown that one? The Zoom
It's
cycle?
probably in the main category under 1974, probably.
If we spot it,
Maybe on the floor in the new room. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind.
oh, you got it right there. Okay, so this is the piece you'd save. That one, huh? Oh,
Yep.
that's so cool.
Because it just caught my eye the moment I saw it. Right, it was sitting on the shelf at Hobby Center. It's the original one,
That's cool.
and
This goes along with what Bruce is talking about, how we all have emotional pieces with Spider-Man.
yeah,
Bruce's is the AM
that's
radio.
the expensive thing in the world. I mean, the expensive stuff. I mean, it can't take it with you when you go, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's more about the joy of doing it. It's like somebody asked me the other day. A lot of students ask me this. He says, "Oh, you got amazing fantasy and amazing. Oh, why don't you auction it off? Why don't you? You know?" I'm like, you know what? I enjoy my life, what I'm doing. I mean, if I get in a pinch and I never need to, well, yeah, it'll go. But I'm in no hurry.
Yeah.
In absolutely no hurry. I mean, I'm enjoying.
The you talked about we're both teachers. I'll tell you my story, and you probably
Yeah.
have a similar. What's the funniest Spider-Man gift you've ever gotten from a student? Mine recently was someone gave me Miles Morales cologne, and they gave me Spider-Man bath soap, like not bath soap, like
Wow, Brad.
like a bar of soap.
Somebody trying to tell you something?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm a stink as a teacher. I don't know.
Take a bath and you're put some of this on, man.
Usually teenagers that need to help with the hygiene, not the teacher. But yeah, but that just comes to mind the funniest, most recent things. So, any funny gifts from students you've gotten over the years?
Wow. Other than the cutest things are the ones that they give you the drawings.
Oh yes,
and it's the real young kids, or they come. I have actually where I work, we have a glass door. And we have cameras, and that's we're on the up and up and everything. But when kids walk past my room, you don't see the typical music room. They walk past and they'll see that the first thing they see is that big 12-cent corner box painting, Spider-Man 12 cents, and their like eyes get big. You can tell. So typically I'm in a corner. If somebody comes, like a parent, or stares in the corner in the window and they see us looking out at them, they'll just walk away. But the kids will just press their nose up, and I got all these little nose prints on my glass. And that's the funniest thing. It's like I get to the end of the night and I'm like, well, how many kids were staring at Spider-Man stuff in my room today?
Exactly. Yeah.
And the stuff that I have in my room isn't anything that I brought in. It's stuff that people have brought me. Like,
what's funny? I've got on my car, I have the license plate TWIP, and most people they flip you off if you in traffic. I get TWIPed. So it's a geek when you're driving by and somebody does that to you instead.
Right? Yeah, they get it, right? They get it. That's really cool. You got a picture of that?
Of my license plate? I can send it to you. Yeah, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Here's some more stuff. You got giant coloring books back here. I had that one as a kid with Doc Ock. I remember that.
Oh
That's the Goblin Christmas coloring book over here. I remember
Yeah,
that.
they didn't have
Uh,
a lot of those.
oh, yeah, they did, and I loved them. More shells of your old room.
Yep.
Let's
The
see.
big Walmart display. Oh, that's
What?
the first comic book store I ever saw in my entire life. That goes back to like early 70s. I couldn't believe it. I walked through the door and there were all these long boxes. The first time I ever saw a long box.
Yep.
Like, what is this? The guy's name was Nick, who owned the store.
Mhm.
And I was rifling through, and sure enough, there was a Spider-Man #1 in the mix.
Oh, wow.
First time I actually physically held it and went,
Those first comic book store memories are
yeah,
impressionable, and I remember mine at Moe's Comics in St. Louis.
wow.
I thought you walked in it and you just couldn't believe it. This where you got some of your toys. It's like a Toys R Us back in the day.
Yes, yes. This is
Okay.
where I got the Ohio Arts 1968 toy. And like I said, I bought the Yellow Submarine model kit. And there was quite a few of the older toys in there that
Nice.
right across from me.
There you are with some of your students.
Yep. And if you see any comic related items in the background, those are gifts to me from somebody.
You did buy something new. I see a webman.
Well, actually, no, that was a gift. That was a
Oh,
gift.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a modern thing. Who
Yeah.
would have thought that Webman from Spidey Super Stories would ever be made into an action figure in 2023?
I would have never. Yeah, no, it's like the most obscure thing that you can think of. And now what would it be that they haven't made? I mean, what could you possibly make now?
There has never been a Hypno Hustler merchandise. Never a toy, nothing Hypno Hustler ever.
Oh, you're right.
And there's only been one Stegron action figure.
Oh, there's a Stegron. I have a Stegron beach towel.
That's right. They have made it, yeah, but he's the wrong color. But there's
Yeah,
not much Stegron or Hypno.
bag.
You what?
A Stegron gym bag.
Oh, there is. I've never seen that.
It's in the collection here somewhere. Probably late 70s, early 80s, something like that. I'm gonna guess.
And we talked about it earlier. Marvel comes to you, and you've been in several books over the years. And
Yep.
Peter David put this one out, if memory serves. Yeah, Peter David.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about this book that you. How did you team up with them?
I just got a random email out of the clear blue sky. They said they wanted to call me, and I talked to some gentleman about working with them and what I thought should be put into the book. What they wanted, stuff that they could print and have that you could take out of the book and make it feel like it was brand new again. They wanted me to change some of the design portions. Like I would scan the item, but then I would alter it just slightly so that you would know it was a facsimile. So that nobody could go and say, "Hey, this is an original. I'm selling this for buku bucks."
That was a fun book because it was like mainly paper items that were pulled out, and it was a really cool book.
It's like the bumper sticker that in there, the cards I scanned. Here's trivia for you.
Yeah,
see that black patch there?
Yeah.
Now, if you watch the first Spider-Man movie, answer me this: there is a collectible in the first Spider-Man film of the black costume. Do you know what scene it is?
I have no idea. None.
Okay. So do you want the answer? Does anybody in the chat room have
Okay,
answer?
chat. Here, we'll go to chat. What is the black costume
Collectible that's in
the first Spider-Man movie?
First 2002 Spider-Man movie.
While we're waiting on chat to type in, he says Stegron on the sleeping bag. What is the item
you
don't have that you want the most?
What's the item of
the Hypno Hustler action figure?
that would be cool. But there's there's original artwork that I would love to have. I would love to have a page from number 40, which is my first comic. I mean, just one page, that would be awesome.
Number one Marvel fan says he has all the knives. 1994 Franklin Mint knife. That's what we're
Franklin Mint. Yeah, there you go.
Franklin Mint. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, chat is not talking to us. That you stumped me and the band. So what's the answer?
You know where the street performer, the musician, is singing the Spider-Man song, right? The
guitar? With the is it guitar? Or is it the lady with? Maybe that's Spider-Man.
Guitar dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
On his guitar case is a Spider Power black and white sticker from 1984.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And I got another one for you. See if anybody can answer this one. Okay. They're all music related, right? Because it had to be the guitar performer.
Yes.
I had to look at his case. Billy Joel video. There's a prominent Spider-Man collectible in a Billy Joel video.
Maybe we didn't start the fire because there's a lot of montage of videos in there. No. Uptown Girl. Somebody dated Christy Brinkley. I don't know. Chat. Billy Joel Spider-Man. What video is Spider-Man in? In the meantime, we will show this. I remember this. You contributed to that book.
Yeah. That's I think I contributed. It was the first picture of the Marx train that ever appeared in publication ever.
Very cool.
And I'm thinking, can't remember what else I gave them. I think I gave them the Migo Mangler and a couple of other things. I don't recall. It's been a while.
I remember this book. The Icon.
Yeah, what a great guy. Yep. Good job on that book.
Beautiful looking McFarlane Spider-Man on the cover of that.
Yep.
We have an answer. Pressure. Is that the right answer?
Nope.
Okay.
No, and then once you go check out the video, you'll see it on the wall.
Okay.
I believe, I think I'm correct. It's a matter of trust.
Matter of trust. Okay, there's a Spider-Man poster.
There is a Spider-Man Meets the Fly racing set on the wall. Where they're playing in a garage somewhere.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I used to watch remember in the 80s there was a show called My Secret Identity, and it had the kid from what's his name? From the Goonies.
Oh yeah.
He's married to Mystique.
Oh yeah, he was in Sliders too, wasn't he?
Sliders, yeah. I can't. Anyway, the kid that was we both know what we're talking about. In his room, he used to have Marvel posters all on his wall. That's half the reason I watched the show is what posters are up.
Really?
So that's funny. Yeah. Speaking of Migo, you contributed to this book. But it
wasn't Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
What did you? It was Aquaman. It was that first Aquaman that I bought in that.
Oh, down here. Is that yours?
Yeah. Well, there's several different versions, but it's the one that I had a special trunks made out of like some particular material or something. Nice. Benjamin didn't have a picture of it. He didn't know anybody had it, and I ended up having it.
Look at Supergirl. She's like such a Barbie doll. It looks like a Barbie doll.
Man, I mean, like, what's with the hairdo?
I don't get it. So funny. Full color guide to Marvel Silver Age collectibles. What's yours in this?
Just a lot of stuff. And actually Joe, who wrote the book, ended up giving me the other rare button, the black superhero club button.
Oh, cool.
I have. He gave me one of those for doing the book. Nice. So, which is awesome. He's a nice guy.
I've never seen the Captain America game.
Actually, Spider-Man's on that game on the board itself.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, and that's 1966.
Nice. And as we talked about earlier, there's the first official Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's mine. The train, I think, is mine. On the cover. I know the Captain Action dressed as Spider-Man. That's mine on the cover. Probably the costume is probably mine too. And the
train you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them.
Let's see what we got. Did I skip one? No. Okay.
Now that's just the second edition.
The full color guide to Marvel Silver Age collectibles. Did they make? What is that? Is that a Thing Halloween costume?
Yeah, Thing Halloween mask. Yeah.
There's your train right there.
Yeah.
Oh, were these like little things that you put a dime and you twist and they come out?
They also came on a card here.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Reach. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can sort of see them in there.
Boy, I bet you those things are rare because kids would throw those away. They'd break.
Oh yeah.
Real cheap, yeah.
For sure. It's I have one here that's unpackaged here. Let's see if you can zoom in.
There you go. Huh. Oh, it's got it's like lenticular.
They're all lenticular. You can tell the real ones are the ones with the gold bands on them. Yeah.
Now this I thought was Batman, but it's Daredevil, right?
You know what? Geez, man, they just took the Batman mask and painted it red and called it Daredevil. You know they did. They said we're not making anything else. We're saving money.
Absolutely save money.
Yeah.
Check out the Hulk mask down here. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's
Kirby or
anyway, that
Deadpool.
looks like what is this thing? Is that like an ornament? This thing here?
Yeah, that is a painted one. This is
Interesting.
yeah. Here's the unpainted one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like a Christmas tree ornament?
It's it came out of a vending machine. It's just a rubber charm, like it's got a hole in the top, so you can.
I'll be.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce is saying that costume, the Ben Cooper, is not only the first Spidey item, but the first Marvel item.
Yes.
And like, you mean Captain America didn't have stuff back in with the cereals at all?
I wouldn't know about Captain America, but you would assume they'd have to, but I guess not.
Maybe they did, but like toys. I mean, the '60s, I think, is the beginning of toys, right? With tying into heroes and stuff like that.
I think Batman started the whole thing in '66. That all stems from that because that's the reason I had the website when I first did the website is because I ran across Ed Kelly, who is a big Batman collector out of the UK. He was recently featured on Collector's Call, I believe it's a show.
Yeah, on MeTV, I've seen it. Yeah,
yeah, and what a guy! Just Batman '66 stuff, just really cool looking packaging and everything. Really,
and he's happy that they made a deal that they can print toys now for that stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
looks like you contributed to the Bronze Age book also.
Yep.
Oh, Bruce has talked to me about this. They had a Hulk, Spider-Man, and Conan silver medallion. I remember that. Or gold medallion.
Bronze, and gold.
Yep. Yeah. What is the World of Icarus? What is that? Is that a record?
That is an album. It's a bunch of songs based on different Marvel characters. And there's actually two versions of that album. One's in stereo, one's in mono, I think.
That's funny. What is the Spider-Man song any good? I don't think I've ever heard it. It's probably on YouTube.
You know what? I think I've had that and I've never listened to it.
Well, we're gonna go to YouTube after this and listen to
I need a turntable, dude. Does it that is? Of course, it's coming back. They say it's coming back. So
yeah, the turntables definitely are.
Well,
now this is a window box. I got my Migo on. Well, you have it behind you. It's in a blister card.
Yeah. Which one did you have? Because there's several different ones. It's a 75.
Yeah, well, I was born 75, so it's probably after that.
Okay, so it's not 75. It'll be this one probably.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one I had. And is it Conan in one of the box circles on the front?
Well,
no, or Conan's on the back.
Conan's on the
Yep, that's definitely what I had as a kid. Yep.
I had the red body one too. He has a red body other than flesh colored, which is different too.
No, mine's flesh. Mine's
really?
Flesh. Yeah, mine was flesh. I don't remember him having a red body.
Yeah, I got a couple different ones.
That was funny.
I got those like on some of those trips because I'd find one every once in a while for like $10 or $15 at the time.
Yep. So you contributed to that book. What else have you been in? This is without the inserts, right? This is a hardcover of that Spider-Man Vault book.
Yeah, with a couple, it brings it up to date to the Spider-Verse kind of thing. They added a few things, but essentially it's the same Peter David book. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't ask me for anything new. They just had me sign off and sent me a check.
Oh, hey,
that was I feel like Peter Parker, man. I'm selling my photos, right?
Yeah, Peter Parker's not the best journalistic ethics with him.
No, you talk about weird coincidences though. Like Bruce talks about coincidences, and the coincidence that I had is the first Spider-Man film. When you see the big posters, this is May 3rd, right?
Right.
I turned 40 on May 3rd of that year. That was my birthday. So yeah, it was a great birthday present.
Nice. Speaking of Raimi's Spider-Man, there you go.
That's the costume.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was you just showed in the case, right?
Yep.
Very nice. There it is.
Yep.
To it. There's your pumpkin bomb.
Yep.
JR in my show would love that. they made them. They sold them. I think.
Yeah, I have one of those. It's a little bit different than what this one. I I can't remember offhand. I'd have to dig it out, but it's probably in a bin somewhere. But it came in a box. It's collectible, and they're individually numbered collector's items. But that one lights up and does the whole thing too.
Here's your web.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, and there's another angle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
That is where I bought all my comics in the 60s and 70s. That is Finky's Pharmacy in Oak Harbor, Ohio.
I used to buy a lot of my comics at, it was called DG's, and it was on a spinner rack, and it was right next to the meat department. And so the guy with the big crate or the rolling thing of meat, of hamburger and steaks, he'd bust through it. The door would slam that spinner rack every time. I have fond memories of taking it.
And your heart would skip a beat, right?
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Your heart beats like a rabbit.
So my comics,
they used to let me unpack the box. It got to where I would know what day they would arrive, especially during the summer. And the pharmacist says, you know, the box came in today. He says, you want to unpack them? Now, here's another thing about coincidences, right?
Yeah.
So there's this other kid and me unpacking the box, and we're putting the stuff on the rack, right? And we're looking at it, it's like, ooh, you know, Gwen Stacy death, whatever, you know. Years later, he turns out to be the comic shop owner of the town I moved to.
Oh, the guy that's unpacking the box with you was the comic shop owner? That's so funny.
Yep. Isn't that weird?
I remember calling DG's and saying, hey, did the bookman arrive? He would stock the comics, and he would stock the shelves of the magazines, etc. And I used to buy comics there in the 80s, and I used to buy comics at Venture. That was a Midwest thing. I'm not sure if you knew what Venture is.
Now, do you remember where you were when the 252 came out?
Yeah, I couldn't find the damn thing. It was issue 254 before I could find Amazing Spider-Man. I had to pay like $10 at a Comic-Con.
And I think Marvel Team Up was like 141 or something like that when it had was the first before that came out.
Right. So do you remember in the back of comics, there was mail off and get a Marvel comic from buying Cookie Crisp. You remember this? And in the ad, it had ASM 252. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat about 2-3 boxes of this damn stuff so I can get a 252. So I cut off the thing, mailed it off. 3 months later, what arrives? ASM 259. Talk about bait and switch. Thanks, Marvel.
Right. Wasn't that the one with Classic, or is it the Puma one?
No, that's the one where he officially got rid of the suit. Reed Richards got a and Friends is drawing him where he's doing the Iron Man cover where he's got the different pieces. The Iron Man homage. So it goes back to the classic red and blue. But it was a great issue too.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Bruce says that I had a circuit of corner stores in my neighborhood to walk around and get comics in the 70s. And he ran around his circuit and got 252s. But Marvel Team Up 141 was not the first. 252 was that.
Well, actually, over in Toledo here, it's that 141 was the only. I found it first, you know. But I think we went and visited my grandmother in Oak Harbor, and went to Finky's Pharmacy, and that's where I got the 252. I think it was because it was a small town. It was
Pharmacy. There you go.
Yeah.
Here's some other stores that you bought stuff at.
There's the first Migos purchase was made there, and
so funny.
Yeah, right.
And
that is where that front door, right in that door on the outside, was that huge bin of Mark's figures that said.
Oh wow!
And I can remember that. It was so cool.
5 and 10.
Yeah.
There you are in the suit, huh?
There I am in the suit with one of 15 Les Pauls given away by Tower Records, I think at the time.
You still got that?
Yes, I do.
Les Paul.
And I used to use that in lessons with my students.
Nice.
And one student came in one day and he goes, "Wow, man, I saw one of those on eBay the other day." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, it went for like $12,000." And I went, "That thing got put up in the case." I have not touched it since.
The kids shall not touch. I like the little spider at the top of the.
Yeah.
What is that called? The frit? Is that called the frit? I'm not sure.
Headstock.
The headstock. Okay. Mm-hmm. I play tenor sax. I don't know guitar. Oh, Spidey's coming to your local Kmart.
There you go. All the local Kmarts. Yeah.
Did you meet Spidey at the Kmart?
I did not meet him at the Kmart. I met him at Montgomery Ward's at Southwick Mall in 73 or 74. I can't remember which. but I was able to purchase the coin at the same time, and I was purchasing also the Ben Cooper rubber jiggler and the Molten Man issue. They had them all, the merchandise and the
And
for
if
sale.
memory serves, Marvel had people that would go around the country dressed as this stuff. Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek was Captain America.
Yeah.
I think Bruce and I were talking about this the other day. Scott Silva was a
Really?
stunt man. He may have traveled also around. So
Wow.
kind of funny that they did that. What is this?
This, a couple, probably, I auctioned off like about 10 or 20 of these things. I can't remember how many. But if anybody has those, it's my website on a C or on a DVD ROM drive
Oh, that's
from the
funny.
year 2006.
Oh,
So
that's
when you click on it, it actually looks like the website. It does all the movement like it used to
cool.
do.
Like the Flash stuff. Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh,
Another custom we talked about earlier. I think.
Kitty is getting anxious here. He's found the
Your cat,
door.
cat wants to go out.
Oh,
Chat. We're going to do about another 10 minutes. Then
okay.
we're going to wrap it up. It'll be right at the 2-hour mark. It looks like. So
Oh.
thanks for doing this. By the way, Side.
No, man, it's been a blast. I had a lot of fun.
Chat, if you got any last questions for Cy before we wrap it up, I'll pop them up. In the meantime, we're going to keep looking through pictures. Is this one of your students?
Yeah, this is one of my students. This is Josh Silver. He's a good keyboard player now, and he's playing in bands and does a lot of other things. He's also part of a comedy improv group here in Toledo.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
Is that a custom?
That is not a custom. That is from Japan. That is modeled after the Migos.
Absolutely. That looks just like the Migo box.
He's going to make his appearance. What are you doing?
Oh, your cat?
Yeah.
What's the cat's name?
Marvel.
Of course, it's a black cat. You should have called him.
He's also known as Timmy, though, too, but his first name was Marvel.
Oh, it's a boy. You couldn't call him Felicia.
No.
What is that? Looks like something Batman would have.
That is a 1974 Ahe Spider-Man plane, friction plane.
Button from.
That's just a recent button, but it's the 60s, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Some of that 60s stuff is coming back in different forms.
Oh, this is like a page out of the book that you were in.
Yeah, well, that's a page out of my book that I was making at the time, and then I got contacted by the book companies to use the photographs. So I ended up canceling my book, or it stopped working on it, and it just gave them the photographs for my book. So.
Oh, look at the double point. You have any thoughts of making your own book? Your music takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah, the music takes up a good portion of the time, and the guy that I'm in the band, his band, it's called Chris Shutter's band. He is now the current lead singer for Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, he's
here's your tight shot of the first Spider-Man merchandise of all time. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is this Barry Marvel March? Is this what you mail off for? And you got the packaging here. Look at that.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think I got that from Mark Geary.
Nice. Oh, the Aurora model set. Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I've seen that before. Very nice. That's what it would look like in the comics to send off for it and buy it. Only 98 cents.
Which I think today would be maybe $8-9, maybe.
Well, comic books. Did you hear Amazing Spider-Man's $5 a book now? They raised the cover price. It's $4.99.
Wow.
They just raised it up. I cannot believe that. So, some buttons.
Who's got the button? There we go.
Oh, those are the mini books, aren't they?
Yeah. They just released a book, though.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I was like, really?
It's up on Amazon, and it's like tiny little pictures blown up. So, here, I will. Oh, what is this?
That's a vending machine card that had some of the charms from the Marvel superheroes from '66.
Here, I'm going to go as fast as we can. We're going to just go through this stuff fast. Look at all this stuff.
Look at this stuff, man.
Look at all this stuff, people. We're going to wrap it up in 10 minutes. Let's just.
This guy is insane. That's all that people can say. This guy's
look at all this. Yeah. Oh, there's your ornament.
Yeah.
Rings. Oh, wow. Oh, is that Marvel stationery?
Stationery, right?
Marvel.
Yeah. Took me a while to find that word. Thank you for the word.
Stationery. Freddie McCoy. That's an album.
That's a jazz
Spider-Man.
actually, and
Okay.
there is a song on it called Spider-Man.
Uh,
But it's not the theme song from Spider-Man. No.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
What is that? It looks like a paperback. Oh,
Yep.
square.
It's essentially what the pocketbooks were later on.
There's a record. Oh, I remember the game. Is there variations on this cover?
Yeah, if you look at the upper left corner in each one is JS and the other one is MB.
Oh, Milton Bradley and
JS is in Australia.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, just weird stuff like that.
What's that?
That is a rubber ball. Brad,
that is a rubber ball.
It's round.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that.
That is a photo promo of the first cartoon. That's what they would send to the TV stations.
Oh, they're lying. Look at all those lines on the chest. They're lying.
Right?
It's gonna look like that.
Not at all. And the logo.
It also took the hyphen out.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say. You got to think about that hyphen, don't you?
Oh, I tell you what. There's so much merchandise without the hyphen, with the hyphen. I tell you. Ditko pose. Going through it. Oh, what's that?
That is the storyboard for the Fantastic Faker, an episode of the '67 series.
Yep. Punching somebody out here, Mysterio.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
That's their modeling design before they began the series. They were discussing how many webs to use and how many webs not to use and how they were going to do his costume.
Huh.
So that's pre-'67 cartoon, but that's by Grant Ray Lawrence. That's the same.
They just didn't want to copy it, did they? They didn't want to do it because it takes too long to draw the webs? What?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, this is from the same company who gave us the '66 Marvel cartoons where, they just show the static shot of the cartoon and the mouth moves, right?
Kirby's art, essentially.
Yeah, or Ditko or whoever they were showing. Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I guess the belt. I'd go with the belt.
Yeah, but thank God they went with what they went because
they did.
Wasn't too bad,
Yeah. Playset for Captain Action.
Right, and it's got other characters on it, and that's like a cross. Yeah, right.
Wait a minute. On the back, it has Superman and Batman. Oh wow.
Yeah.
They didn't care, did they? Oh.
They didn't care. And on the inside, they see Spider-Man's costume next to Batman and Captain America and Aquaman, and it looks like a porta potty.
Wait a minute. It does look like a porta potty.
Right.
Now that's pretty good. Let's see. There it is.
Yep.
Slideshow, the sparkles, the pillows. Oh, there's your ad for that. That's cool. Those are the gray ones, right?
Yep.
That we saw earlier.
Painted one, different ones. Yeah.
Let's see if we got chat. Let's see here. Does Cy have Todd McFarlane hat that is white and does Cy have Spider-Man Todd McFarlane hat that is white and Marvel Comics is blue and red? Do you have that?
Boy, I have a lot of hats. There's chance I do, but I don't recall offhand. I do know I had a lot of those. I think they released them in like the mid 2000s. There was a company that had like all kinds of hats with all the classic, covers on them and different things. I'm not sure.
What is up with that?
That is 1967 Spider-Man friction scooter made by Marx. And they made a Thor one and they made a Captain America one also.
Why is it pink?
Spider-Man on the pink one.
What's up with his chest too? It looks like he hit a wall or something.
It almost looks like they had it on another toy.
Absolutely.
They just painted it and maybe sculpted it a little bit different.
Because they're cheap.
And they said that's close enough and we'll just go with it. And that's the original art from the box.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's the lid from the Marx figures.
Yep. And the little
package for the tin car.
Cute. Those are really rare these days. I've heard the other collectors, these are like holy grails for collectors nowadays, this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's so old.
They're fun. I mean, they got all the characters on them. The box is great for the train. I mean, it's got all the characters on there.
Look at the mouth.
Yeah. Well, hey, what's up with that?
And the nose is very prominent here. They took that Ditko and
they didn't like the Ditko mask. I guess they decided that they would add to it.
Just stick with what works. What is that? Is that
That's a
lunch bag?
transfer.
On a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is the Amusing Spidey? What is that?
Crazy Little Comics. There was a test issue from Topps. They were trying to sell them as like gum cards. Like you go in the store and pay like 5 cents and you get all these.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
There. All right.
It's a complete set of that.
And there's the Ben Cooper stuff. The hand puppet's pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is at the 2-hour mark. We could go for another 2 more hours, but we have lives.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No.
Brad, friend, I hope you had a good time. I sure did. This is a blast, man.
Yeah. No, it's been good. I was glad to finally do it. And sorry I was holding out so long.
No, you're fine. And if you want, we can come back. We got another about 800 pictures to go through if you want.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Change of scenery, maybe.
No doubt. And Bruce says, thanks, Cy, for doing the show. Do another one real soon. Somebody in chat wants us to do a weekly show, Bruce.
You should do one with Bruce and I. We get all.
That would be fun. We were actually talking to something similar. We'll have to pitch the idea to you, so that'll be fun. Yeah. All right, Cy, my friend, it's been a pleasure. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. It's been a lot of fun.